Well, ma'am, I want to draw your attention to the special mention of Bihar, especially the political parties from the state I come from, and also parties in Delhi are talking about it. Why there is so much attention to Bihar suddenly? Is it also a kind of a timing we should look at, the political timing we should look at? That is number one. And number two, I would also want to understand your thoughts about suddenly there is a kind of a toolkit by the political parties that announce a particular amount of money for women specifically, and win the elections. Who is going to foot the bill? And that is also a rising concern. RBI has also raised certain concern with respect to that. So what are your thoughts about that as well?
I hope you're not unhappy about us giving help and assistance and development to Bihar.
It's been a long-standing demand, and a lot of other states are also making the similar kind of a demand. It's just about the political timing.
Any time in your 5-year calendar is a political time for any party. You do anything during any part of the 5 years for which you are elected, it shall be viewed with a political lens. And there's nothing wrong with you viewing it like that, and nothing wrong with us doing it for any state. And I would speak in favor of Bihar because, after all, every one of us have been talking about it. You're saying it's been waiting for a very long time. When Prime Minister Modi is talking about Purvodaya. In fact, he restored 3 fertilizer plants all from this region. Of course, Purvanchal also included Purvanchal and UP. So to revive these states, everything that we need to do is what we are looking at. And Bihar has been waiting for one international airport worth its name now for how many years? Wouldn't you have asked the other parties as to why they didn't think for a state with such a dense population, which attracts the global Buddhist community into Bihar, doesn't even have an international airport? You wouldn't want to appreciate that? You see it with a political lens saying, oh, this year they're going for elections. Yes, they need to get it at some point in time. And above all, when we are talking about superfoods of the world, Makhana goes exported from India, but nothing reaches that region or nothing reaches the people who are doing it. And who are they after all? The most extremely backward communities, EBCs. Only the fishermen of that area who are EBCs go into the ponds to collect makhana, superfood. We had a year of millets, celebrated globally, but makhana had no share in it at all. So we had to do something for the makhana board. I went myself last November, saw it. It's amazing how those people who are doing, and in fact, they are so much into so many things. Fishing, makhana, back home they'll be doing Madhubani painting. It's such a beautifully woven community of people. What's the grudge if we help them? And they're flooded every year by that river Kosi. Why not do something to stop the flood from eating away these small assets? I want to, matter of fact, ask anyone who tells me, what is this? Why are you doing to Bihar? Bihar is part of India, long waiting for development. Why would you want to grudge it?
About the second question.
Why would you want to grudge it?
Ma'am, the second question which I asked about the schemes, direct transfer schemes for women, almost every state.
See, I'll give you my matter of fact opinion. Give as much as you want in the name of whatever, freebie. But I won't even classify it as freebie as long as that money is accounted for in your budget. As long as it is accounted for in your budget and the assembly passes it and you have the money for it. I know of states, and you know of states, I don't want to name them here, you know of states which have given promises and won the election, and after that do everything to implement the program and then say, we are left with no money, Modi is not giving me money. You won the election, you gave the promise, Modi has got to pay for it. Out of turn. What Modi has to pay by law, with the due process of law, he is paying. But if you thought you can just pull it off like that and then keep blaming Prime Minister Modi, it's unfair. Look at the way Karnataka, the state from where I am an MP, I feel really bad. Till 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was one of the best governed states. You had industry coming, startups were living there, and it was the best ecosystem. Today, the state is revenue deficit. And every time this Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, has been the finance minister, presented 17 budgets, if I know right. And he tells us that you are not giving me what is Karnataka's due. And I am being pointed out saying you're a member of parliament from Karnataka and the finance minister. Oh, then every finance minister takes away from the treasury and gives to the state from where they are an MP? What?
Ma'am, but that's the advantage of having lots of elections. Each state can get some special attention. If there's only one nation, one election, then Makhanas would never have got the attention that they did. But this has been a fascinating conversation. Madam Finance Minister,